Oh,
whoop.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
We're here. I'm excited about the new edition of Blood Bowl. I got announced today. Yeah.
When's it come out?
Great question.
Okay. Just announced.
So Games Workshop will do this thing where they'll give you like an announcement. So they announced today, the pre-orders in today were for like the Imperial Fist and Raven Guard battle forces, and those were teased back in like July or June or something like that. So presumably it'll be out maybe October, maybe early November. And they're putting Bretonnians and Tomb Kings in the box, which is really cool. They even talked about how High Elves were like the only team who hadn't been revamped in a while. And they said, don't worry, rules are coming with the launch for them, and that'll probably be corrected. Like, them not having an official team will be corrected in short order. So they teased a third team to go with the two new teams. And they changed up, they talked about a bunch of rules changes as well. They're getting rid of Wildly Inaccurate, which was like a thing that was kind of a 1 point of contention for the game, because you would end up with a 1 on a die roll, but depending on what kind of 1 it was, depended on what thing that you had happen. So it wasn't like a popular thing. And whenever I explain it to like new players, they're just kind of like glassy eyed looking at me. And I'm like,
it's like, this is a thing in this situation, but not in this situation.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I hate that kind of shit.
Yeah, so I think it's probably, they're getting rid of it, which is good. And they're changing the kickoff table again, which is also cool, because I think one thing on the kickoff table that did not work was cheering fans the way they wanted it to. So I'm not too mad at it going away. But anyway, new edition of Blood Bowl. Super excited for it.
We got some decks from Knoxville. This Avar red deck was 8th place in the tournament. I guess 5th through 8th, whatever. Yeah. You know, lost in the top 8, but got to top 8. And I think I've seen a few other Avar red decks. It's been like 1 a week getting 8th place on average. Yeah. So it's like they're not super consistent, but they have the ability to get you there.
They're out there and they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been thinking about revisiting CAD, been a CAD main since set 2 of Golden Bad, moved to Anakin set 3 and visited in set 4 and just never relearned him. So the CAD decks have had to adapt, and that's what this deck is, right? This is the CAD Weenies deck, where it's playing a lot of 1-drops. Now, I do think decks like Iden, I think some of the control decks, I think like the Han Red decks, they really don't want you to see, like, they don't want to see 2 dudes. And then they don't want to see like 2 more dudes on the following turn, right? Like you don't want to swarm of people. And if you're swarming with units, CAD and Tarkin Town can do a good job of making it so that your guys can trade up and to remove problems out of your way. So, low to the ground list, power of the dark side gets infinite weaker. Yeah. Yes, exactly, right. I lost to this deck in the Swiss in round 3, which began my downward spiral. Before I Mr. Self-Destructed my way out of the tournament. That was a 9 Inch Nails reference for everybody. So I'm excited to play it. It's got a little bit of everything going on. Bosk Blue Control is probably the best one of those that can deal with swarms due to his bounty ping. So that's in. You giving me initiative? So the funny thing about this CAD deck is that it actually doesn't care.
Yeah, because you play 2 things.
You're like, okay, I'll play my 1-drop. You're going to play something? If you do play nothing, then fine. We move on to the next turn. All right, well, that goes down. This goes down. Built OB3 ECL to counter CAD and Quinlan. Didn't see either yesterday. It sounds right. Sounds right. That's why I skewed my deck list. I skewed my deck list for Quinlan, saw 0 Quinlan. I think there might have been, when I was like looking around me, there might have been like a Quinlan within a couple of tables of me the entire time yesterday, or Saturday. All right, I'm going first.
Yep.
I'm going to play a Reckless Gunslinger. We'll both take 1.
Play Gungi.
Gungi. I'm gonna play Greedo. I'm gonna Cat Bane you.
I take one.
Yeah.
I'll get the force.
I'm gonna take the initiative.
Yes.
We're gonna Greedo your base for 3.
I'll force throw you.
Criminal muscle.
Bang.
I'm gonna put Maul's lightsaber on Greedo.
All right. I will play Infused Brawler. I'll use the force. Get some XP.
I am going to take initiative.
Take it for 2. And pass.
All right. Get slapped for 7.
Okay. All right. Play Obi-Wan.
I'll play Forlom, and I will fight Obi-Wan with Forlom, and then I'm gonna CAD you for 1.
I'll attack you for 2.
I'm gonna Tarkin Town Obi-Wan.
I'm gonna force throw you.
I have a no good to be dead. I'll take initiative.
I'll fight Greedo.
Sure. We'll flip. It is a unit.
And pass.
I'm gonna Forlom Gungi.
Peace.
I'll take initiative.
Pass.
Hit you for 4.
All blue leader and ambush in.
I'm gonna Ruthless Raider, Smoke Blue Leader, do 2 damage to your base.
Hit you for 5.
I'm gonna deploy CAD.
Take initiative.
Hit you for 4.
Pass.
Resource nothing.
Play Chiati. Lose the game. Yeah.
Beat double force there. That's very satisfying.
I played some games on Karabast with this deck,
and you're like not sure.
That's pretty much like how it goes.
Yeah, you'll have like what feels like a cracked draw, and then like you'll die.
It's just like I'm playing like one threat a turn, kind of.
Yeah.
And my opponents are doing better things. So I might be missing the point of the deck, or I might be missing like what strategy am I supposed to be playing toward. Maybe I'm resourcing things wrong.
Could be. So, it's hard to say. I didn't get to see the deck in action. Now, this was my experience against the deck, where it's like I was answering units at a relatively decent clip, but like I took a surprisingly large amount of damage at various points in the game, and then by the time CAD came out, there were like 1,000 different things that I would die to.
The CAD and the Raider.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah. There was also a seventh sister, whatever, not seventh sister,
third
sister deck that I saw that got top cut. So that might have to come out for the next stream.
Yeah.
I was either between that or this deck. There was also an Asajj Ventress yellow Asajj.
Okay.
Red that got top cut. There was a Darth Maul blue.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of spiciness. There was a Dooku deck.
Okay.
Nice.
Ill.
There was another Chancellor Palpatine deck. A lot of cool stuff. Again, we keep looking at this meta like, what is this actually the best card game meta that's ever existed?
Yeah.
And I think it's like there's a very strong argument to be made.
I was thinking about it. One of the things that I cut out of my Boba Fett Data Vault deck were the TIE Dagger Vanguards, and then I played up against a bunch of Han Red, and TIE Dagger Vanguard's really good in that matchup because it just finishes off a lot of stuff, right?
Yes, if you make top cut with a cool deck, I'll probably play it. I'm always looking for some wacky stuff, and Rose top 8'd as well, which will probably bring Rose out too. I think I said that yesterday. If you want to play your deck on stream, get top 8 with something that's not just like Han Blue or whatever. Although I was also considering playing Sabine ECL again because it's been a long time since we played Sabine ECL, and I do think it's probably pretty damn good in this meta. Mulligan. But I think we need to have like one little goofy-ish deck, one off-meta in quotation marks deck. Yeah, I mean, I think people don't remember how fucking aggressive that deck is, and it's only better now.
It's ruthlessly efficient.
Yeah, right? Sabine Yellow would be interesting.
The thing is, I think Sabine ECL probably loses to like the Iden decks that run around.
The Data Vault decks are probably kind of a pain, but like there's so many Tarkin Towns running around. There's probably
a lot of Tarkin Towns. I actually think some of the Tarkin Towns as well, right? Like if you're playing Sabine ECL and you're playing Quinlan Tarkin Town, they probably feast on you. But
this is a starting hand. This is a hand.
Did you want an issue or are you giving it to me?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll use the force. I'll gain the force.
Okay. I will play a Reckless Gunslinger. We'll do 1 damage to each base.
I'll play Do or Do Not. I use the force to draw 2 cards.
Okay. I'm going to play Criminal Muscle.
I'll take initiative.
I'll pass. This is a tough one. Yeah, game 1, my opponent deployed CAD. I had 13 damage on. No, I had 10 damage on my base. My game 1, my opponent deploys CAD, and I'm like, no, he's gonna hit me for 4. Then he put Darth Maul's lightsaber on it, and I was like, and then he played the gun and hit me for 10, and I was like, oh, I'm a surprise strike away from dead.
That third sister deck plays the 5-drop Maul. and Maul's lightsaber.
And just
So if you get that off, it's probably awesome.
Yeah.
Probably feels real good. I'll play Blue Leader.
Oh, great. Force throwing a Poe, only for them to have the second one in hand on 5. Round 7 in Springfield was a Rex droid manufactory versus Rose, Tico, and Nabat Village. Both were 5-1, and only one could.
I did not see that Rex
That's a shame.
That's cool.
That's a shame. Okay. I will attack you for 2.
Make the Force.
I will attack you for 2.
We'll see if I ever get to deploy Avar today. I'm not confident.
Do you take the initiative?
Yep.
I will play the Mist Hunter. I will CAD you. And then I will Tarkin Town. And then I'm going to pass. Oh, I don't know. This dude may be the greatest deck builder of all time. Every time I draw a hand, I'm like, holy Jesus. There's
the cat sauce.
There's a powerful combination of cards here. I have no problem. That's all you have. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
It is pathetic.
That's pathetic.
I do agree.
I am going to attack you for 2.
Take initiative.
So the question is do I Forlom ETH?
I mean, if you want to.
Or do I just play the Forlom and not ambush because you can only fight one thing on the following turn? And I get to draw a card off the Mist Hunter here. And I'll play Forlom and I'll CAD you. And then I'll hit you for 3 and draw a card. Then I'll hit you for 2.
Yep.
And then I'll pass.
All right. Attack Forlom. I'll use the Force.
Attack you for 3.
Play Obi-Wan.
Two open.
Trying to cook with a Ray deck. New Ray or old Ray? I think New Ray has some potential.
I'll play a Zuckuss and CAD you.
Force throw. Aether Sprite there. I wish I could kill the Zuckuss, but I cannot.
I'm gonna take the initiative.
I'll gain the Force, and I'll Sorcerer's Blast a Criminal Muscle. And I use the Force twice that turn. Not enough. Yep. So pass.
Slap you for 6.
Ow. I'll fight the Gunslinger and gain the Horse.
I'm gonna deploy CAD.
Play Kiadi and use the Force.
Ruthless Raider, Obi-Wan, and your base for 2.
Well,
This may be the perfect deck.
Well, I'll gain the Force.
Attack you for 4.
Not dead. I'll play Infused Brawler and use the Force.
I'm gonna take the initiative.
Deploy Avar. Attack something for 8, I guess. CAD. And then die. And then just explode.
Die to Zuckuss. Dies to Zuckuss.
Yeah, if I could have Force thrown something to kill Zuckuss, I would have been in a way better position in the game, like if I had a Yoda or something to throw at it.
Actually, I had interesting lines. I had the Darth Maul's lightsaber in my hand and 2 McClunkies. So I could McClunky like the Mist Hunter back and do 3 damage to Obi-Wan. Attack with the other dude, then put the lightsaber on the other standing dude, then hit you for 6 right away. But I felt like that play was very susceptible to anything you might have in your hand. So I know that deck's got to have like Sorcerer's Blast and Force Throws and all kinds of other stuff, right? Like,
the turn I had Obi-Wan, so it was like I could have played Obi-Wan and Sorcerer's Blast and Force Throw, which I thought was better than I had Daughter to play other than that. And so if I just played Daughter down, then you can just answer it and then I die,
You die for sure. I could have played... So the way the dude played it is he wasn't trying to draw as many cards as possible off of Mist Hunter. Which I don't
if you got a card, great. But
if you get a card, great. Otherwise, it's attacking for 3 in space.
Like he's not necessarily...
He's not worried about...
Not leaving it back intentionally.
He's not worried about extracting maximum value. It's just like... Present
damage.
Get damage where you can. Get the maximum damage where you can first. Present threats, and then... You know, Obi-Wan kind of like put the brakes on the ground, assault that turn. I could have like attacked both guys into Obi-Wan and killed him, and maybe that's correct because then you can't like start your turn with a Force throw because you wouldn't have had any Force units in play.
And I got the Force with him too by attacking.
So it's hard to know. I mean, you dealt with the guys anyway, but I wanted the bodies. Excuse me. Good Lord, what are you barking at? What are you barking at? You barking at service workers?
No car. Okay. 6. This ain't doing it. This I'm sure Kit Fisto's Aether Spray is awesome in some matchups.
Kylo Tarkin.
It feels horrendous to play it, and on 5 it feels horrible to play in most situations. I need to be like ramping harder, maybe. I don't know.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would take this CAD deck to another BQ. I think you get to stomp all over people with this. I think round 1, one of the dudes I drove down there was playing Iden, got completely pantsed. I looked over at one point. He won game 1. And he was like, I feel, and the guy who was playing CAD was like, I feel like this is a bad matchup for me. Game 2, I look over at some point. There's like 4 Guavians on the table or something like. There's like a number of things, and I was like, oh, that seems pretty bad for the Iden player. And then like I look over at another point, and there's like 4 units on the table during like game 3, and I'm like, oh, I got maybe it's not as bad as you think it is. You giving me an initiative? All right, we'll get Reckless Gunslingered.
Force.
I'll pass.
Play Infused Brawler.
On criminal muscle, I'll bounce an experience token with the criminal muscle, and then Cadya for 1.
I'll take initiative.
Sure, we'll target down.
Okay.
Who cares? Who care? Pass. When things are going well, Justin's slapping cards against each other.
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm excited.
We're excited to play a card. Yeah. Justin's always just like
winning activations, winning mannerisms. I'll play Obi-Wan.
Ooby. How about we force choke him? How about that? You can draw a card.
Get the force.
I'll gunslinger you for 2.
Take initiative.
Oh, criminal muscle you for 2.
Loses to space aggro.
You think it loses the space? Not according to Saturday. I don't actually know how many space aggro decks there were. I didn't see a Han Tarkentown. I didn't see like the Von Reg that I saw the week before.
Like Yachty.
Tell him I hate him. Attack you for 2.
Get the force.
Attack you for 2.
Take initiative. You can always run bombing around too. Sideboarded for those.
Forlom, I think we kill Kiadi. I think if I just keep the dudes off the table, I'm in great shape because I can't get force thrown. Pass. This deck plays really well without having with like giving up the initiative. Mm-hmm. There's like so many, like if your opponent taps out, then you're just like, okay, well here's the play that beats you.
Okay. All right, let's. Sorcerer's Blast, the Gunslinger.
Attack it for 2.
And then Timely Gungi into that thing. Get the force.
Mist Hunter and Kadja.
Take initiative.
I'll play Greedo. I'll pass.
Mace, Force, Blast. I do wonder the earliest you can get Avar out in this deck. It's probably like, it might be on 6.
Forlom, fight Gungi, and then Kadju.
Get the force.
I'll surprise strike Greedo into you for 6.
Take initiative.
I'll deploy Cad. Cad will hit you for 4. Pass. Resource nothing. If I had watched literally anything with Cad Bane in it ever, other than the Book of Boba Fett, I'd be using Cad Bane voice lines right now.
He's got some cool voice lines.
It's
a pretty cool guy.
He does like the talking through the side of his mouth.
He's got a very unique like way of speaking. Herm, I attack Forlom.
He dies.
Take 2.
Surprise strike.
I'm dead.
Get Cad Bane into you.
All right. Okay. I guess let's play. Let's play one more.
Okay. You didn't want to play the match yet?
No, let's play one more.
Okay.
I need to figure out how to play this deck in a way that's not going to fall.
That's satisfactory, yeah. I wonder how that deck is positioned against not this deck. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and like
because I think his CAD deck is like, oh, you want to play one medium-sized threat.
It's like kill it and play
kill it, and then get some damage in.
Yeah. The sideboard's interesting. It does have 3 bombing runs, which I think are probably good against you. Yeah. And then it's like a bunch of shit for the controller longer matchups, so like the Dogorian Masters, bring in another color and barbecue, Great Dragon, Pillages. Pillage may be good against that deck.
I think
you can't take that time.
I think if you're tapping 4 resources to discard 2 cards from my hand, you have to trade like 8 damage or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't draw my smuggling dudes against this deck. I was like, I sideboarded him and just didn't see him. I was so mad. Went through 2 games without seeing him. Because you got the gunslinger and you've got the guns, and the gun is like, I knew the gun was bad because like if you gun like a Forlom or you gun like a Zuckuss or you gun like a Cad, there's not necessarily a clean way to take it off the board.
I like Avar a lot. Like being able to just tap and get the force is super.
Yeah,
feels good. And there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it.
Stall too.
Yeah, and the stalling was nice. That made you pass like first turn, right?
Yeah, you can McClunky the Gunslinger, right? That gives you some extra reach. That was one of the plays I was considering in the game where I had like Criminal and the Gunslinger on the board and 2 McClunky in hand.
Give you initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Mulligan. And a mulligan.
Is there a Pre-Vizsla Force deck that could use Do or Do Not?
Probably not. Remember, I built the perfect Pre-Vizsla deck and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if enough stuff has changed. You can't key out a Mundi with Pre-Vizsla because that'd be pretty good. Also, I think if you were just tapping to do 2 damage, then Kit Fisto would be everywhere, right? If that were good enough, because I like Kit Fisto. It was fun to play that deck, but I do feel as if you're like swimming uphill.
I mean, yeah, because if they just answer your stuff, then
you don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
So there's not enough like ambush in the world because like you're already paying a tax to timely, and like the Jedi Temple restore 2/4/4 costs. Ambush, dude. I don't think that's doing it.
Not really killing much.
So. Oh, okay. True. I guess it's a little something like this. Giving me the initiative, huh? Yeah. I will play Arsing.
Yeah. I'll play Jedi Consular.
I will take the initiative.
The Force. Yes.
Mist Hunter and Cadu.
Action. Use the Force. Play the daughter.
I'll fight the Jedi Counselor.
I'll use the Force, or gain the Force.
I will take initiative.
Yes.
I am gonna fight the daughter for 3.
I'll fight you for 4.
I'm gonna target down the daughter.
I'll open fire the Mist Hunter.
I'll play 4-1.
Take initiative.
Pass.
East.
Take a base for 4.
Force throw, Aether Sprite. Hyperfoil, force throw, hyperfoil, Aether Sprite, so cool. Get discarded. Shitty cards.
I'm gonna Greedo and Cad you.
Take initiative.
Cards.
1.
Resource.
5.
I'm gonna McClunky Greedo to kill ETH.
Okay, I will use the force.
And then I'll replay Greedo. I'll pass.
Play Obi.
Forlom, Cad, and then attack Obi-Wan.
Forlom.
He's really stupid with Cad.
I'll resupply.
Hit you for 3.
Take initiative.
Deploy Cad. Hit you for 4. Pass.
Get the force.
You have 8.
I have 9.
Hit you for 4.
ETH.
Gun Cad into you for 6.
Deploy.
Surprise strike Greedo into you for 6.
Well.
What you gotta say about that, smart guy?
Wish I could play Yoda. Alright, we can do the match now. Fine.
Target count's not big enough for both of us.
That is something Cat would say. Like if you're gonna play Cat in a tournament, we have to watch all the Clone Wars before the tournament. We can just watch the Cat episodes.
Did Cad Bane hunt Jedi for the Empire? Or did he just hunt people?
No, he was like tussling with Jedi, but
okay.
He didn't want to he can't be fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi straight up. Colby, I did like that story in the Tales of the Underworld. It was okay. We skipped the Asajj Ventress one because it was too cringe. Because we didn't know enough about that story.
Dark Disciple or whatever.
Yeah, but the cover was pretty.
There was like I don't know. I started watching some of those Star Wars cartoons, and I'm just like staring at the TV, just like.
There's some really good Clone Wars content.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Clone Wars content.
There's a lot of Clone Wars content. There's some really bad. I wouldn't say really bad, but
there's a lot of
not great.
There's a lot of R2D2 and C3PO episodes. Yeah, is my understanding.
I did skip those.
I started watched it with friends and was lost. CADs at least made sense.
Yeah, like the Asajj and Quinlan one was like, you know everything about these two's story, right? And as soon as the episode starts, I'm just like, no, I haven't read a book.
Yeah,
you want me to read a book?
You need me to read. I have to do homework to watch a cartoon?
Actually, I did read that book funny enough, but I do not remember anything about it.
All right, match begins now. That was a good example of the resilience of this CAD deck.
Yeah.
You had taken no damage by like turn 5 or something like that.
I was able to really ramp up the damage then.
Yeah.
It's fair about show to assume the audience can read, especially in today's society where like 20% of people. You
gotta put a dang Subway Surfers next to the book to get me to pay attention to it.
Yeah, give me a 30-second TikTok explaining the storyline and we can talk then. Oh, mulligan.
I don't think this card is good in the matchup. Ruthless Raider has been insane every time I've played it, but I think I have to resource it here. That's so like the thing is the opponent has just got their hands full with all the early donks, and then you play like a Zuckuss or a Ruthless Raider, and they're like, no, wait a second, that's got 6 toughness,
and then Forlom just kills everything that I play, no matter what.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Oh, wait a dang second. I don't see Guavians or the Death Star Stormtrooper at all. I don't see him.
This is really bad. This is really bad. We might as well move to game 3. And then end the stream. Okay. It's really bad.
Sound off in the comments if you played this deck. Tell Justin how it's supposed to be played. I'm going to play Reckless Gunslinger, do 1 damage to each of us.
You're the Force.
I'll play Agrita.
Take initiative. What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
Open-toed sandals.
Very good.
Thank you, Stormstrong, for the 80 months of support.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? You playing this game yet? You playing this game yet? Justin makes these noises.
Ugh. It is really good though.
I guess it's
nope.
That feels insane. I guess it's that.
Why do you hate Star Wars, Stormstrong? There's like a lot of really good answers to that question.
Yeah, there's no.
Does Winnie Cat lose the mirror
against regular sized cat? Great question. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good question. I bet you it's probably pretty good against the mirror, I'd imagine.
Hit you for 3.
Take initiative.
Hit you for 2. Clunky the Gunslinger. Play the Gunslinger, both take 1. Pass. I'm not saying this to be funny. This genuinely may be an extremely well put together deck. It may be one of the best put together decks I've played. Every time I draw a singleton, I'm like, oh, the card's insane. It's insane in exactly this situation, right? So
interesting. Looking at Snoke deck, it might just be a Kylo 5 deck in disguise.
So the thing is these singletons throw off like the sideboard plan for people. Does that make sense?
If they sideboard for your winning plan and then you...
So I show, like game 1, I saw a sneak attack, right? There's sneak attack is just a 1-of or whatever in the deck, right? It's a 1-of. And so but it skews my perception of the way the deck works, right? I've drew one of the singletons in my hand right now. So yeah, I mean it's like
you can always like resource them, right? If they're not good.
Yeah, if they're not good, you can always turn them into food. We're all force choke everyone.
Take initiative.
We'll surprise strike the gunslinger for 5. Then I'll attack you for 3. I'll pass.
Oh, man. Play the daughter.
Bosk. Cadu. Bosk will ambush the daughter. This is what I'm talking about. This is Bosk.
Yeah. We'll take initiative.
We'll target down the daughter.
The one at Bosk. I like that.
Hit you for 3. Hit you for 2. These guys have done combined 20 damage to you.
They'll do at least 5 more. Okay, yeah. I can't do anything about anything you have.
I'm going to Darth Maul lightsaber you.
No, I literally can't do anything. I can't answer any of the units. All right, let's put these bowling runs in here. Good lord.
The relentless beatdown. All right, let's go to. I'm going to go to this perfect sideboard.
Is that the best deck ever made? Against this, I'm not going to talk shit about this deck because I do like it, but
I like the deck. It's probably this might not be a good matchup for it.
It's probably really good into like the more mid-rangey to like.
It seems good into like Han Blue, which of which there were quite a few.
Yeah.
Force throw and sorcerer's blast spam in other games, but you can't force throw if you don't have any force units.
Yeah, I couldn't stick any.
I killed every force unit.
Exactly.
Right? Made it a point.
Yeah,
too.
it was top 8 tournament. It's 5th to 8th place. What comes out for bowling runs? Probably this guy. I'm never gonna play that guy. It's General's Blade. I've seen so many times. I mean, like if somehow a Gungi lives and gets a General's Blade, it's probably pretty good.
But you're asking a lot.
But you're asking a lot. Yeah.
You're asking for a lot.
Hit Fisto's Aether Sprite is pretty unplayable. There's actually like there's so many cards I want to side out. Dagoyan, is Dagoyan good? It's better than the Kit Fistos, I suppose.
2 and 2.
And General's Blade. Okay.
If you sneak attack Boskin, do you get the damage from Bosk? Bosk says after you play an event. That's a genuine question.
That is a good question.
I feel like maybe we asked this like more than a year ago.
Yeah, it seems like that would have come up during set 1.
Because it's after you play the event.
Yeah. Don't think so because events resolve first. Do you have to see you play the event?
Well, part of playing the event is putting Bosk into play, right?
Yeah. And it resolves while he's in play, essentially.
Yeah. He appears and then the event is resolved. Now he's alive in the window that the event has been played. But if did Bosk trigger on the play? The question is if I sneak attack Bosk something Hunter in whatever his name is, if I sneak attack that in, does that let you do 2 damage with Bosk?
My logic is with McClunky and CAD, you can't do the CAD ping before McClunky's 3 damage. It's a little different though.
You have to resolve it, right? Is the resolution playing, right? Or is the playing the act of tapping resources and putting the card in your discard pile?
Well, you got initiative.
That's the question. I'm sure this has been addressed before. I'm sure maybe even the database, the card database that has all the rulings in it, might have something about it. Argent Bosk is not in play when you play the event, so it doesn't see it. Gotcha. Okay. The playing is like tapping the resources, right?
It's beginning to execute its function.
Yeah.
Someone in YouTube comments can confirm, I'm sure.
Right. If you watched to this point.
If you didn't watch, if you're not watching right now,
I think we can swear in YouTube videos again.
Yeah, we can.
So, which I mean, we probably swearing anyway. So, against the name of the card, if Bosk saw the sneak attack, because he's something hunter. Well, this hand's terrible. I'm looking at it. What's Bosk called? Where is he? Where are you? Show yourself. Deadly Stalker.
I think his deck's probably bad against Boba too.
Boba did what? Because it's not putting enough pressure on fast enough.
Yeah, it's not really soaking damage, I don't think.
It's probably specifically really good against Han Blue.
Yeah, I can see that. I'll have to look at the matchups that this person faced.
For sure.
Goodness was.
I guess it's something like that. Alright, we'll start with a Death Star Stormtrooper.
Force. I haven't seen that guy yet.
Pass. Get Greedoed and Cad and Tarkin Town.
Yeah,
this is your initiative. This is your initiative.
Yep. Yep.
This feels like this setup is like a set one setup. I know Cad, like you can just substitute IG88 for
open fire.
Blat, blat, blat. Attack it for 3.
Should be able to do overkill damage. I'll take initiative.
I'll play a Mist Hunter. I'll pass. I guess that.
Every time I see an Obi-Wan, I'm like, that just dies before I'm here. It's just literally dead. Kiadi, I'll draw. Just fucking dead.
Alt Forlom Kiadi Mundi.
Force.
I will attack you for 3 and draw a card.
Take initiative.
I will attack you for 3. I will pass.
Play the daughter.
Bosk, Cad, Ambush.
I'll pass.
Attack you for 3 and draw a card.
I'll use the force. Gain 2.
I will
get the force.
I'll take initiative.
This is the Avar top 8 deck, yeah. From Knoxville.
I'm gonna surprise strike Bosk into your base for 7, and then use Bosk's trigger to kill the daughter.
I don't know.
When I play an event, right? So I play surprise strike,
right? Does the surprise strike resolve and the attack resolve?
So yeah, do I get the Bosk trigger then? That's my question. Do I get to kill without the daughter gaining life here? You choose order. I choose the daughter to die.
Yeah. I'll bombing run. Bombing run.
I will play a Greedo.
Blasted.
I will attack you for 3 and draw a card because Greedo is a bounty hunter.
Get the force.
I'm going to deploy Cad Bane.
Take initiative.
Cad Bane's going to pick up Darth Maul's lightsaber.
All right.
I'm going to hit you for 8. Well, and you die.
I don't think that this deck can win a game against that deck. I literally don't think it's possible.
This Cad deck is sick.
It is sick.
This Cad deck is sick. This feels like I wasn't
even close in any of those games. Not even close.
This deck feels like somebody's been playing this deck for a while and like sculpting it.
Yeah.
That's the way like the Talzing deck felt from Worlds and stuff like that. So
the Kylo deck.
Weenie Cat could get kind of blown out with the Bazine on turn 1 if Weenie opens 1 drop. Average, Bazine plays and rips the other 1 drop and kills the 1 drop. You do get to draw a card, and also I think you probably start by playing like in the mirror. You probably try to mulligan for Aura or Guavian, right? Ugh. Also, I think this deck can generate more. I think this deck can generate more threats than Cad can deal with. If you're just playing one thing a turn. I sideboarded in Chams, so if you had like ramped anywhere in there, then Cad
Cham is like a blowout.
Cham is disgusting in this deck. I mean, Cham is what won game 2.
Against you?
Yeah, for sure. Because like Cad came out like before I was ready.
Cad, once he's on the board, is just so
he's annoying. He's like bad.
The Darth Maul lightsaber run, it was so crazy.
I know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like I said, I got a hit for 10 and was like, oh, I'm a surprise strike away from dead in his board state.
Yeah, not to mention it's like he's now got 2 extra health.
Yes, because that was the thing is he put some.
He has
the
same stats as her.
Yes,
when she's deployed with that saber on him.
Yeah,
and you better have a Rival's Fall or you're gonna probably die.
Yeah. So,
anyways, that deck's cool. I probably would play that deck too.
I think. I mean, from what I heard, the user's name was Armored Tusk or something like that. I think he may have been a Knoxville local. I'm not entirely sure. There were people who were like talking to him in a familiar tone, like they knew him, and maybe went up there with some other people and stuff like that. But yeah, he said that he lost a lot of game 1s, and then after sideboard, he'd just win the next 2 games. And I could kind of see that. So like you got Phantom Ties here for the Iden matchups. You got the Chams, and then you can adjust your removal. No Good to Me Deads, Open Fires, Force Chokes, depending on what your opponent's playing. So like against this deck, I sideboarded in the Force Chokes. That way you just like Obi-Wan gets played and you just kill him, and you move on, right? So very cool deck, this Cad deck. That feels like the meta contender in my opinion. Like based off of what I've seen in tournaments. I think that deck is very good at dispatching units. So against the Han decks, you're just if they ever tap out or whatever, you're just wiping it off the board.
And you never were able to, or you didn't even care that I was like giving you initiative because you can stall very easily just by playing.
Correct. You play a Death Star Stormtrooper, and if you're like, well, I still don't want to play something in that, and you pass, guess what? I'll take initiative.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll hit you for 3, and now you've played nothing, right? The Avar deck even gets to grab the Force, right? So you even get a free stall.
Yep.
And yeah, so yeah, the 1-drops dodge like the Quinlans.
So now, I could basically never, and I did get off that one game, but I could never get a Consular to exist past that first turn. And I think this deck probably does lean into Consular pretty heavy because it's like pretty reliable where you can play him and you get the Force. The next turn you can play a 5-drop, which is why there's so many 5-drops in here.
Against the other Tarkin Town decks, you get Avar's ability, and you can grab the Force, right? You get that, or you get a Gungi. Gungi doesn't die instantly.
Yeah, I only got turn 1 Gungi, I think, in one of these games.
Yeah.
So that's probably as essential.
Yeah. So I was gonna. I think Gungi is not even worth Tarkin Towning, because talk about Criminal Muscle, Nathan, how it blows out. Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Muscle's pretty underplayed, probably.
All the 2/2 shield units. You play it, you strip the shield, then you ping the unit, right?
Avar matchups are Kylo Tarkentown, Iden Data Vault, Kylo Tarkentown, Cad Tarkentown, Palp Yellow, Cad Tarkentown.
Yeah, look at that.
Interesting.
Now, if it was,
did it lose to this in the top 8 as its top 8 matchup?
It would have been 5th place, I think.
If it lost to that, it would have been 5th place.
Yeah, it would go to 5th place.
I didn't know if Melee actually cared.
Melee. So I was 5th place at Goose Creek, and I lost to the guy who won it. That was in the first round. 5th through 8th is the same effectively. Technically, whoever lost the person in first has like better tie breaks or whatever.
So. Bad at this deck, and it should be beaten.
So I don't know. I don't know if all those Cad Tarkentown decks are the same, right?
Yeah, like
basically there were 2 flavors, right? There was the Jabba deck, which I was never like the biggest fan of, just because I think Jabba's too slow. I don't think Jabba is enough of a threat versus stuff to matter.
The Jabba trick package.
Yeah. Now, funny enough, this deck also sells out versus the space aggro. So I think there was maybe 1 or 2 Kazudas running around in that 90-person tournament. So I would love to have seen what would have happened with Kazuda.
I bet this is actually pretty good against Palp Yellow, though. That's interesting to think about. And the 2 Kylo Tarkentowns too. I'd Data Vault for sure.
So Palp 1 Yellow, like, you can play something that Palp deck runs ISB agents who are very good, it seems, against the early drops in this. But even the games where the early drops were dealt with, right, the damage just has a tendency to ramp up extremely fast in that early mid game, and then by the time Cad comes down, you've got your hands full with whatever the hell's going on the board, and then Cad is like, I'm going to hit you for a bejesus load.
How would this version of Cad Tarkentown handle Boba Data Vault?
It handled me in the tournament.
Yeah. There you go.
Handled me. Now, I drew like dog shit in game 3, and Salacious Crumb was very good. So I think Salacious Crumb was an excellent pickup for the deck. I'm not entirely sold on First Order Stormtrooper, though it is solid. First Order Stormtrooper is mincemeat against this deck, right? I drew at game 1. I blew out the deck with I say I blew out the deck, but he put me to 32 health because of the aforementioned sequence where he put Darth Maul's lightsaber on Cad, then gunned him, then hit me for 10. And I was like, well, I'll attack you as my first action on my next turn and pray you don't have a surprise strike. And he gunned me to 32. So I was 1 hit point away from dead game 1. And that was with an IG 2000 that killed like 3 dudes. So Game 2, Cham was a blowout. So Cham is a very good in this matchup because then Cad Bane comes out sooner than you're prepared for. And I like had overwhelming barrage in Game 2 and played it, and I think I killed 2 or 3 units, and it wasn't enough. I think I even played IG-2000. I played IG-2000 and overwhelming barrage in the same game, and I did not kill enough dudes. And Cad did enough damage to kill me. That game was very, very close, though. I played scared of Bamboozle. It turns out he didn't have Bamboozle. I deployed Boba Fett into the ground arena, and he played no good to me dead. And I think that's what won the game because I was like an action away from killing him. So I don't know about sassy. You have to have the initiative.
Who the hell is Sassy 10?
He's not particularly good in my experience.
Real card?
He's not particularly good. He does 1 damage to up to 3 units if you have initiative.
When you attack or when you play him?
When you play him. It costs 5, but you have to have the initiative.
Yeah, that is.
So I'm not sold on Sassy.
That is quite a requirement.
Not sold on Sassy.
I'll probably try that Third Sister deck next stream.
That'd be cool.
Because it was looking kind of cool. And big stones on whoever brought that to a tournament.
Yeah. Well, I'd wondered if Darth Maul hidden followed up with his lightsaber was good enough.
I mean, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. It's like kill 2 dudes and then overwhelm a lot. Mm-hmm. Not to mention that the 5th sister gets to attack for like 5 on that turn or whatever, provided she's not like open fired or whatever.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is like the 4 health on her.
A little scary, but if she hits for 5, you
can pick your moment to deploy her.
Yeah.
I guess force throw is always a kind of a concern too, because she can really
force throw kills. You also have force throw, right?
True.
So yeah. If you're red villainy, you might have the edge on eliminating enemy units. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Plus, you could put like the fallen lightsaber on her. She's probably statted around that.
True. Yeah.
She can't be fought. Like she can't be ambushed. She can't be forearmed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.